All right, everyone, now it's time to do some advanced controls, which is to say we're just going to get the wizard to move diagonally when you press two cursor keys at the same time. So if you press up and left, it's going to move diagonally up and to the left. So that will give him 8 directions of movement, 8 degrees of freedom, rather than just the 4 that we've been working with so far. Now, the work that we did earlier in making these walk commands so much simpler is going to really come in here. It's going to help us a lot in simplifying this. Alas, we're going to complicate these again. But believe me, had we not simplified them first, then we would be super complicating them now. But because we simplified them, we're only going to be complicating them a little bit. So here's what we're going to have to do. We have to appreciate that now, when you hit the up arrow, there are actually 3 directions that the wizard might move in. He might just move up. If you've only pressed the up arrow on its own, then he'll move up. But if you've also pressed the left arrow, then he's going to move diagonally. He's going to move up and to the left. Whereas if you've also pressed the right arrow, then he's going to move up and to the right. So in order to accommodate this, we're going to have to build in these 3 possibilities. And here's how we do that. We get an if then else, and we're going to use what's called a nested conditional, which is basically when you put an if then inside of an if then. Move this walk to one side for the moment. So grab another if then else and put it in the bottom slot. And what this is going to do is it's going to give us 3 possibilities. If the first condition is met, then do what is in this first slot here. Otherwise, there are 2 other possibilities. If the second condition is met, then do what's in the second slot. Otherwise, it must be the third condition that's met, so do what's in the third slot. So that's how we get our 3 possibilities. So what we're going to do is we're going to check whether or not you're also pressing the right key when you press up. Are you also pressing the left key when you press up? And if you're not pressing either of those, then we're going to count you as pressing up on its own. So let's go through that again very slowly. So go to sensing. And we're looking for this one here is a certain key pressed. I'm going to drop it in there. Now it's not the space that we want. It's the right arrow. So when the up arrow is pressed, if you're also pressing the right arrow, then we want you to walk up and to the right. Now what's up and to the right? Well, one way to do this is to go to the direction thing here, just click on it, and then just pull this so it's up and to the right, and it will give you an idea of what that direction is. The correct number is 45. 45 degrees is halfway between 0 and 90, so it's exactly halfway. It's the exact halfway angle. So I'm going to do it a slightly different way from now on. I'm not going to check with the clock because it takes too long. And you can just follow me along as I do it. Okay, so when the up arrow key is pressed, if you're also pressing the right arrow, then move 45 degrees, which is up here. Otherwise, I need to duplicate this. I'm just going to put it in there. If the left arrow key is pressed, then duplicate the walk. Put it in here. But I don't want to walk 45. I want to walk minus 45, or as I prefer to think of it, 270 plus 45 is 350. And again, you can check this with the little compass clock on the other panel if you like. So 315 should be up and to the left. And if you're not doing any of those, so if you're not pressing left arrow or the right arrow, but you're still pressing the up arrow, then you should just go up, which is 0. And now I've completed all the possibilities for when you press the up arrow. You could also be pressing the right, you could also be pressing the left, or you could just be pressing it on its own. So now I'm just going to do that for all the other arrow keys. And I hate repeating work, but unfortunately, this is what we have to do. But there are some tricks that can save time. So if I just set this aside here, and I'm going to just grab this top if, duplicate, and that should duplicate the whole block. I'll just pull that over there. And now I just have to change the various parameters. So when I'm pressing the down arrow, I could be pressing the right arrow as well. That's good. In that case, I'm going down and to the right, which is 90 plus 45, which is 135. Or if I'm pressing the down arrow, I could be pressing the left arrow as well. So down and to the left is 180 plus 45, that's 225. Finally, if I'm just pressing the down arrow and I'm not pressing right or left, then it must count as being pressed on its own, in which case I go straight down, that's 180. So that's the second one done. So again, I just duplicate. I should have moved that out of the way first, but it's all right. I'll do it now. So get rid of that. So if you're pressing the right arrow, okay, now I need to change this as well. If you're pressing the right arrow, you don't want a condition where it says if you're also pressing the right arrow, because that doesn't make any sense. Now the question is, are you pressing one of the up or down keys? So if you're pressing the right arrow and you're also pressing the up arrow, then you go up and to the right, which is 45. Now this duplicates the diagonal of earlier. So when you're pressing the right and you're also pressing the up, is the same as when you're pressing the up, but you're also pressing the right, which we already did. But we have to do it twice over. Why? Because your fingers are going to hit the keys in different orders sometimes. So sometimes you press the right and then you press up. And sometimes you press up and then you press right. And Scratch doesn't know that those are going to be the same. So we have to tell it. So when you hit the right and you also hit up, move 45. That's right. When you hit right, but you also hit left, that doesn't make any sense because it's contradictory. So when you hit the right, but you also hit down is what we want here. Then we want you to move right and down, right? So that's down to the right, which is 180 plus 45 is 225. Oh, this is already, the number's already correct, just by coincidence. Have I got that right? No, I haven't. When right and down, that's down to the right, that should be 90 plus 45, that should be 135. My mistake? Okay. And finally, if you're just pressing the right arrow on its own, then you should just move over to the right, which is 90. And so I'll leave the last one for you to do. I'll throw away these extra bricks now that I don't need. You can figure out the last one on your own. But if you don't want to figure it out, then I'm just going to... Here's one I prepared earlier, as they say on the cooking shows. So you can just take a look at that. Alright, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for listening, and if you find this video useful, please hit like and subscribe.